Hello, this is Andy Graham, malarianimby.org and hobotraveler.com. I'm going to give a small explanation of what Thanksgiving is in America to the University of Kara American Corner. It's an English-speaking class at Kara, Togo, West Africa. Thank you, Mr. Amin. And I really appreciate coming to the Kara University English department and talking to you about a very important festival in America, Thanksgiving. Okay, let me explain Thanksgiving. My first memory of Thanksgiving is as a small boy, and my mother made us put on very special clothing, put on a tie, those little funny shoes, a suit, and we had to go to church. And even though Thanksgiving is celebrated on Thursday, normally everybody is together on Sunday because Sunday is a day of no work in America. Okay, so what I remember as a child is having to dress up, go to church, sit there and wait and think about turkey. Does anybody here know what a turkey is?
Yes, we know it.
What do you call it in French? What? Oh, different than I thought. Okay, turkey, Thanksgiving is often called Turkey Day because turkey and Thanksgiving are connected. So the animal, the turkey, is a very special animal. And we don't eat turkey, well, when I was young, we only had turkey like 3 or 4 times a year. So we had it for Christmas, Thanksgiving, and maybe special occasion during the summer or something. But it was a special animal, and we love turkey. So I sit in church waiting for turkey. So what happened then is, because it was Sunday, all the family would come from everywhere. So somebody would be at school, at university, they would come back. So right now, in America, what does my mother want? My mother wants me to return home for Thanksgiving. So in a way, Mr. Amin is making my mother very happy because she gets to see that I'm celebrating Thanksgiving. Okay, so what you do is you invite all the family home. So it's like a responsibility. When the father and mother call us, we have to come home for Thanksgiving. And we sit at the table and we eat turkey, pumpkin pie, apple pie, many American foods, and mashed potatoes with turkey gravy and stuffing and all these things that you have a very tough time buying here, okay? But it's part of the American culture, and the culture is food. We have turkey, maybe you have what? Lapat? What foods do you eat in Togo? Fufu. I thought that was Ghana. Nope, it's Togo. Fufu. Okay, fufu, lapat. My one Togo friend always wanted me to eat lapat. I go, lapat. I want turkey. But I was raised on turkey as a special occasion, and of course the hamburger, right? But, okay, so this is my first memory, the family getting together. And we'd all hold hands and we say prayer and say thanks to God for the good life we have. Okay, but where did Thanksgiving come from? Let's first talk about the words Thanksgiving. Very strange word, Thanksgiving. It's a connection of 2 words. It's thank you and giving, right? But really we should then reverse them and go giving thanks. So what we're doing is we're having a time to give thanks. And then the question is, give thanks to who? So really, in America, it's a very religious country, and we give thanks to God. Okay? And in modern culture, the non-religious people would say Turkey Day. My parents are going to say something about God. Okay? And we're going to say thanks to God. And some people will concentrate on the turkey. Okay, so, but how did this start? And I'm from the United States, but sometimes we don't realize that there's farms everywhere, okay? And the first people that came to America were farmers. So I came from a farmer family. Do you know what a farmer is? A farmer works in the field and they have corn and wheat and yams and cassava and manioc and millet and a bunch of words that we don't have in America. But that's a farmer. Or you have plantations, which is a big farmer. Okay, my family was farmers. So my grandfather was a farmer, my great-grandfather was a farmer, my father was raised on a farm, and then my mother and father worked in factories. And then I'm a writer. So we grew up. We kind of increase our status in life. But farming, why everywhere on the planet they have what they call a festival, a harvest festival. This is a tough word, I think, is récolte. How do you say it in French?
Yeah, they understand harvest, they know, récolte.
Do you have a festival here called Singarin or something like that?
Singarin in Abuja. Yeah, we have Pontre in Bassa.
So you have a kind of a festival of harvest.
We have them in various places.
Everywhere on the planet, they celebrate and say thank you for harvest. Okay, so what happened was, we had Europeans. America started out, America isn't full of Americans. America is full of Europeans, okay? It's Europeans that came to America. The same as Togo, the French came to Togo, the Germans came to Togo, the British came to Togo, and they colonized. Okay, now, in America, they left Europe and they came to America, but they didn't understand America. So what they did is the first year or two, they starved. People died. Okay? And fortunately, the Indians, do you know what an Indian is?
Yep.
It's an indigenous person. It's a person that lives in America before we came. So you're indigenous to Africa. I'm the foreigner. Well, the foreigners came from Europe to America, okay? And they didn't understand that, and they had to get the local people to help them, okay? So the local Indians helped them to grow corn and things like that so that they didn't starve the second or third year. And so in 1621, they had, at Plymouth, Massachusetts, they had what we consider our first Thanksgiving. Okay, now, there's Thanksgivings everywhere because it's a celebration of the harvest, right? But this is considered our first Thanksgiving, and it was a combination of Indians and, which were the Native Americans. I probably should say Native Americans, they want us to call them that now. Native Americans and the Pilgrims. And the Pilgrims were really, they came for religious freedom, okay, from Europe. They wanted freedom from the chefs, the dictators, the kings, the queens of Europe. So they came to America so they could have freedom to worship as they wanted. And so they all sat together and had a festival for 3 days. I think a festival or a celebration is called what? A fête here in French? La fête? A fête? Is that correct? Okay. Somebody nod their head. My French is always questionable. Okay, so this was our first Thanksgiving. So if you look at the festival, you'll see that a lot of them have this big hat because the Pilgrims wore this big hat. And you'll see that we have pumpkins and trees and things that were in Boston. Now, what is really radically different about Thanksgiving in America and a harvest festival and a harvesting of the food festival and our festival is that if we don't have enough food in America, winter is coming. And so we're going to freeze to death. We can't sleep outside. We have to live inside, have wood to burn to stay warm, and there's no food for 3 or 4 months. So if we didn't have a good harvest, we will die, which is, you know, a very dangerous thing, the weather. So we have winter. So this is how, in a lot of ways, the harvest in America is special. Because if it's successful, that means they live through the winter. And it's not a game. It's serious when you're a farmer. But as a farmer in America, I come from a farm family and many generations of farms, and we understand to work hard and to save our food. So we have to save the food, put it in cans and do things and save it for the winter, and then eat it all winter long. One of the benefits of living in Africa is it just kind of keeps coming. Okay, the bad part about America is the freezing. People die. Okay, now because it's a harvest festival, and all around the world, every country, every state in America, I come from the state of Indiana. It's in the middle. We have the United States. It's up here like this. I'm in the middle in the north, so it's very cold. Okay. And you have a map? Hey. People tell me I'm from New York, and that's a different country. That's like calling me Ashanti. Yeah, I'm not Ashanti. I'm Togolese. Okay, but I'm from Indiana. If you tell me I'm from New York, you're talking a different tribe. I'm insulted. Don't call me New Yorker. I'm an Indiana boy. Okay. But this is he was telling me he was in Denver, Colorado, which is right here. Okay, so up here, everywhere above this level, it's cold. It's very cold. We have snow, okay, and you can die outside. But all the Germans came through here and settled. A lot of the black slaves came in along here for the cotton. Okay, so there's more blacks from Togo down here. In Togo, there are going to be a lot of Togolese faces in the Caribbean. Okay, but you have different settlements as they colonize. Okay, but the bad part was all the Indians are gone, pretty much. Okay, but you can see I'm a farm boy from Indiana, which is a different tribe than the New Yorkers, or the Californians, or the Denver people, or the Miami people. So I'm very proud to be from a Indiana family. And what is nice about Thanksgiving is it gives us a pause. It's kind of it's a religious holiday. It's even the people that are not religious, they stop. It's a great time. We don't have to work. We don't have to do anything but talk with our friends and eat a lot of turkey. Okay? Now, it's saying thanks to God and to the bounty He gave us. Okay? Of all the good fortune He gave us. What happens now on Thanksgiving, which is some of the funny part about Thanksgiving now, it wasn't a holiday until I think 1860 or something like that, when President Abraham Lincoln made it an official holiday. Because then before, each state had their own time. So in 1860, right during the Civil War, you guys know Abraham Lincoln? Very important man. Okay, he set he ended slavery in America. So we're very proud of him. But he set a national holiday of Thanksgiving. So after that, we always had it on, I guess, the fourth Thursday and thing. But the truth is, I had to call my mother up and ask her, hey, when's Thanksgiving? Because it's always the question. So when Mr. Amin asked me when to talk about Thanksgiving, I go, I better call up my mother and make sure I know the exact date, because I never pay attention, right? I just show up for dinner and eat, right? I don't study all these holidays. But it's a very important holiday, and it's a day of thanks. Has anybody got any questions? Any questions? Oh. Okay. The thing you should know about Thanksgiving in America, as a final thing, is that America is a religious country. but it's a freedom of religious country. We have all the religions, and at the same sense, most people in America believe in some form of God, whether it's Islamic, Christian, Buddhist, some newly invented religion. They all believe, and they all say thank you to their God on Thanksgiving. And on Thanksgiving Day, what you're going to see my father doing is watching football. You know American football? Mm-hmm. They're going to have parades in the morning on television. So there's this parade with these big balloons and these things. Macy Day's parade, so they'll have a parade in New York City and Chicago, and you watch it on TV. And then in the afternoon, everybody will watch football, and everybody will fall asleep in their couch because they ate too much food. And this is the modern day. But at the end of the day, we should never forget in America that we're there to say thank you. And I want to say thank you to everybody here at the University of Cara. And hope if you have any questions, I have a little handout that I'm going to give you with my address and phone numbers, because everybody always asks that stuff, and I thought it would be nice to give it out so I don't have to write it down 1,000 times. And I appreciate welcoming me.
Thank you very much. All right. If you have